It's not echoing on yours?
Nah,
okay. Nah, I think a nigga good, G.
Yeah.
I'm online with my
welcome back to the Black and Educated Pod.
Mm-hmm.
Back with the shit. Got the boy D. Chan right there. Got me old God. Back with another session.
Know how it go, man. Just a simple bill.
Oh yeah.
That's a simple bill, bro.
How your weekend was, bro?
And everything. It was fast, man. I spent a lot of time on air shit.
Yeah.
That shit took a while.
Okay, boy, you can see I need to get my shit did, boy. This shit.
I know how it is, man. Hey, but I got a newfound respect for what women be going through. Cause boy, I had to blow dry my hair. Gee, that shit took. I don't know if you've ever had to like blow dry your shit for real. Boy, that shit took over an hour, nigga, and it still wasn't dry, shorty. Man, I was mad as hell. Yeah. So I got a newfound respect for women who would sit there and they could deal with, man, shit. Boy, I had to pay a motherfucker to do.
It's a different type of blow. You talking about the blow dry with the...
No, not with the little bag thing, boy. I'm talking about the hand joint. This.
Damn, what you had to use that shit for?
Because I had to blow dry my hair before I can get it dyed.
Ah, damn.
Yeah. Fucked up.
Man, that shit crazy.
But it's all love. You know, it's all love, man. Yeah. It take time to look good.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Take time to look good. But you know, man, what was yours? How was the weekend?
Bro, no complaints. Yeah. What did I do? Yeah, I ain't do too much of nothing, bro. Work. Ain't do too much of shit, bro. I went to work, shit, came home, did my dues. Yeah.
Ain't no.
Chilled out for the weekend, bro. It was a chill weekend for me, bro. So
that's good, man.
Next weekend a little different, but
about this one coming up. I don't know if you playing tag with everybody, but we gonna have to jump. I don't know what you got up for this weekend, but if you play tag with the rest of them guys,
I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro.
Hey, you gotta holler at us, man. You gotta see what. You gotta see what's good.
You're thinking, bro.
I know. Cool, man. Fuck all that. Fuck all that.
Chill, bro. I be having shit come up, bro.
I already know, G.
Bro, this shit be coming up. You already know how it is.
All right, so I got a build I want to pick your brain about you. So I'm increasingly thinking more and more about marriage, right? Like the type of husband a nigga need to be, the type of man nigga need. Like I think about it. Not saying that I'm just ready to get married type shit, but me having those discussions with myself make it easier for me to see whether or not it's time for me to, you know what I mean, just make the necessary adjustments and woo wop the bam, right? What I found is that I am getting more and more attracted to the idea of being able to find a woman, one singular woman, who can fulfill what I believe marriage could be. Now, when I say that, I'm saying that.
You remember the question I had asked you a while ago?
Yeah, I know.
Right,
that's what I'm saying. Like, with me saying that, I'm saying my idea of marriage is something that's created, not something that's already stenciled. You see what I'm saying? I'm not expecting my marriage to come out cookie cutter like everybody else shit. Because what I found out is that marriage is multifaceted. It's a lot, and it's a bunch of bullshit in a lot of ways. But you gotta find your niches because
that's because a lot of people try to keep it too traditional.
They try to do it in a weird fashion, bro. And I don't think that a lot of people think about the whole aspect of it because it is so cookie cutter. Mm-hmm. So I think that mentally now I'm understanding that it's gonna be complicated because women in this day and age and in this space, uh, they don't know what the fuck they want. They don't know what the fuck they getting, and they don't know like how to put the two to get like the cognitive part of it is making it so unattractive because I don't think that a woman is gonna put as much into it as I do, bro. I don't think I don't think a woman is gonna think as much as I think. And I'm not talking about the cliche shit. I'm not talking about fucking me good and like feeding a nigga and doing what we would call like domesticated, traditional type womanly things. I ain't talking about that shit. I'm talking about the the reciprocation of the understanding, the ability to compromise on a different level, the necessity for mental stimulation and mental conversation, and being able to read people and understanding social cues, and you just all that extra shit that make niggas have to take 2 shots before they go in the crib. You see what I'm saying? Because you with a person that you just found out that you actually don't like, but y'all put some shit together type shit. Like, boy, I'm scared of that shit, boy. And I see now it's real easy in today's age to just get with a motherfucker and then find out that you don't like them or that they're not actually who you thought they was, bro.
It's crazy because like social media been around for a minute. So it's like when you start to look at what women say they want in marriage and in a relationship, then you look back to the shit that you might scroll past, or not even that, what you see on TV, the fantasy of a marriage that you know that they want, but not coming to the realization that, you know, when you dealing with people like me and you ain't gonna have that type of, you feel me? Like it's a different type of energy. So
Yeah,
it's
it's a
a different type of marriage. So it's like we gotta find that woman that's like, okay. It's like I had seen a video that said you can't force people to be on your vibration.
right.
So it's like finding someone that's on that vibration that understands the way that I might think, or understanding the ways that I might feel before I even express that to them. But then it's like,
That's hard.
it's, you feel
That's
me? You feel
because then you gotta because then what we're doing is we're betting on the fact that somebody else's daughter, somebody else's set of parents, their genes and the environment and their that shit put together a woman who would be able to know that I was on the way. And that's the shit I don't believe in. I don't believe in that whole the universe put people together. You can meet a woman on the weekend and fall in love with her, bro. Like who the fuck says that she was yours? She could be doing dicks all through the week, G. You see what I'm saying? So it's just it's I
that's
the
why
part the part that seems like
that though.
you said what?
You rush shit like that though.
You can't rush what?
Like you said, you can find somebody on the weekend or whatever, but it's like, well, you can't rush shit like that. You never know what they was doing the week before or whatever. So
Fact,
it's like,
facts.
you
But
gotta build that type of energy too, though. You feel me?
that energy can be infectious from the meetup. First impressions is a bitch. Don't they say or women know whether or not they gonna fuck with a guy within the first 10 seconds, especially if you gonna sprinkle some little coochie crumbs out for a nigga like if that's what you gonna do, like you know that shit within the first 10 seconds. Because to be honest, I know if I'm interested within the first 30 minutes. Within the first 30 minutes of a conversation, I can see whether or not I see potential in what this is, or whether or not we just finna then
One
that's something
way out from out of town type shit.
that you feel me. That's it. So if that's what the intention is, then I'm not trying to rush anything. I'm finna let it happen because I'm just looking for the coochie crumbs. You see what I'm saying? But when
But
it comes to the build,
I was back to the intention though. Like, then like people gotta understand people's intentions change too.
I
Like,
believe so. I don't think that the intentions change. I think that the people change and circumstances change, and that changes people.
yeah,
So that'll make my intention differently if the circumstance or the environment is different than when I initially met you. Things may be different. You see what I'm saying? I may not be able to move with that same intent. Even even if even if it's unpurposeful. Like I didn't do this shit on purpose.
Yeah.
Things may change, things alter. It may be a little bit more complicated for me to make this work at this time because of these circumstances, you know, in comparison to when we met at this juncture. You see what I'm saying? So I just think, and that's why I think that the conversation part is the biggest part.
You want to know what I feel like? I feel like it's that people not really, I'm not gonna say putting their best foot forward, but to the point to where you meet somebody and y'all talking or whatever, y'all getting y'all intentions out the way and all that good stuff, but then it's like, okay, sticking to that in a sense, to the point to where knowing that a year on down the line, however, like shit gonna change. You feel me? Now finding someone that's acceptable of that, that's like, okay, I know this is gonna happen. That's why, like, it's kind of hard to. You gotta find someone that's on that same page from the get go, kind of. You feel me?
That's impossible, brother. See, the get go, I think,
but I'm not saying like on the same page all the way through. You feel me? Just, you feel me?
But
like,
just got some.
You feel me? We can build off this. Now, what that builds into, I feel like that's like where shit gets complicated.
Then it's impossible.
The person.
It's impossible.
And if a woman is not strong minded when it comes to like how she views things, if she's willing to change her views off of someone's opinion, and that goes for a man too, because men do the same shit.
Most humans don't change. Most humans don't change, especially if you don't think that what you're doing is incorrect. So most individuals would justify what they think is correct all day, half of their life, and be dead ass wrong, but they could stand in that shit. Then we got this whole idea that it can be multiple truths in conversations. So people can tell you, well, this is my truth and this is how I feel about it, and that's yours. It's okay for you to feel. It's the passive aggressiveness because no one likes to be held accountable and people don't like change. Human nature is kind of weirded with change anyway. That's why everything is patternistic. We like the pattern. When you throw the pattern off, that's when your brain looks at shit different.
Everything.
People don't like that. People don't like that, bro. People don't like to break the pattern. People wake up and wash their face after they brush their teeth, after they stretch. They take the same leg off the bed the same way. They wash their body the same. Like the whole thing, we do it the same every day. I read something a while back that said, like instead of going the same way you go home or when you go into places traveling, just go a different way, and what it does for your neural pathways in your brain, just in that gesture to go a different way when you're going home. You see what I'm saying? Only because the brain is comfortable with the patterns. It's just what, you know what I mean? Just what we do. And I think that goes. No, I think that's just how we hardwired. I think that's ancient. That's just in our DNA to do patterns.
But if you're doing the same shit that ain't beneficial to you, then it's like now you got to break
the whole thing.
Now you got to break that.
Not being able to know that what you're doing may be detrimental to you. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But I think that goes into the conversation part, because one of the most attractive things to me that I can say about just dealing with a woman is the ability to hang in the conversation and the ability to initiate conversation. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like the initiation and to be able to hang within it. That's an attractive thing, because that
vibrations, like you gotta have someone that is on that vibration to even have those type of conversations.
Boy, I talk to anybody. I don't give no fuck about what your vibration is. I just need you to be able to have the conversation.
That type of I get what you're saying, I guess.
Nah, because I think that's what opens people up. I can do
the same thing because I feel that.
I think if I only talk to people who thought the same way that I did, then that would make me small-minded. I like the conversation with people who don't. I just need you as a woman to be able to have the conversation and to initiate. I don't like to always initiate conversation, and I don't like to be the one that's talking the most. Like, give me some juice, and I give you some juice. Like, that's how conversation go. But social media and phones make it so interpersonal that it's kind of I mean, non-personal, not interpersonal, but non-personal. That is, it's easy for motherfuckers not to think that you got to converse with motherfuckers. Yo.
No, it
Like,
is.
I think if I think that I'm an interesting person, then my job in conversations is to prove that I'm interesting. So I want you to be able to witness that, and then you should find cues in that to show me that you're an interesting person. Also, if I get bored with you, then you know.
Then what are we doing? What is?
And I ain't got no problem conversing with anybody, G, I swear to God. But I just need you to be able to do those two things. Initiate some of them bitches and be able to, if I'm talking about something that you don't even know about, say, I don't even know about, you know what I mean? Know nothing about that. And then we could even pick off that, or we can go somewhere else.
Does the type of conversation matter? Or just initiation of conversation in general?
Just initiation. Cause I just like the art of being able to converse.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm the same way.
I'll talk about anything. I say I ain't a know-it-all, but I just know a lot about a lot. That's it.
Nah, that's real.
That's all. So you gotta dig into that shit.
So go back to this question. Do you feel like one woman can give you everything that you would you say desire in life in a sense? Would you use that word?
I would say desire. That's cool. That's cool. No. I just and I didn't mean to add a blank before or a pause or no, bro. I and we didn't had these conversations over years, boy. I just and there's nothing wrong with the idea that for some individuals that may be something that works. Some people may their cup may runneth over with one person.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in the fact that it goes that way for everybody. So some people may be able to find the benefit in that and they're comfortable with that, but I don't think that on the opposite end it needs to be frowned upon for the individuals who do not subscribe to that particular type of thought. I may be a lot. I may be a lot for one woman to handle. What if she's like, I need to share this responsibility, nigga, because you be too. I don't be wanting to talk when you want to talk. I don't be wanting to have sex if you got to have sex drive. And because what are my options outside of that? To be depleted, to just be left to deal with it by myself, you know what I mean? And that just creates different frustrations. I don't want to have to do that shit. If everything's supposed to be cool and we have a compromising attitude towards each other, then we got to find a solution. The solution may be a sister wife. It may just be another person who shares my time. I ain't even got to be physical with her, but you know that she shares some of my time. I think that shit is a successful, like you.
I feel
Look,
like
man,
it depends on it all depends on
the person
what you want. Yeah, what works for you.
on the person, because it may not work for everybody. I just think that it's stupid to say that it don't work at all.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I think that's some bullshit because uh
A lot of people don't know what works for them though.
and that's the thing, like people ain't gonna be honest with that shit.
A lot
I
of
think that does me.
people don't know what works for me. You feel me? I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, yeah,
I think that when I'm honest with just myself, and I think one of the things we got to do on this bitch, bro, we got to be transparent without doing fed time. You see what I'm saying? We got to be transparent without doing
right. You
transparent without doing fed time, G.
can't get no buying in it, huh?
You feel me, motherfuckers? Ain't no, ain't none of that happening. But I I think that monogamy is interesting, right? But I also think that everything teaches lessons. So
Right.
if we just pay attention to the lesson that monogamy teaches, then we can see that it's a lot more failures than success stories. And I think that for me to watch countless individuals fuck up at something and then do the same tactics that they did to get to that, I think that I'd be dumb to think that mine's just going to be the most, you know what I mean? That is the best one out of it. But no. I think that it's okay to go back to the drawing board and be like, well, look, this shit may have worked at a particular time for a grouping of people and it worked for them, but maybe we need to start to rethink how we handle our love life or how we build our relationships and our family units and how we discuss these things with perfect strangers. We meet other individuals and they're perfect strangers. You need to be able to tell that perfect stranger, well, look, I like more than one coochie from town to town. What we gonna do about that shit? Because that shit, you see what I'm saying? And then she could tell you, well, I don't like that. I may not be the individual that you went to.
Yeah.
And then what you can do is you can say, thank you, have a nice day, and move the fuck on, because there's too many fish out there. And everybody don't eat trout, my nigga. Some people only eat bass. Some people only, you see what I'm saying? Some people eat all types of fish. Or maybe that's a bad euphemism to use, because
But I get what you're saying.
fish don't smell good. But you know what I'm saying, nigga.
You say there's plenty of fish out there in the sea or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. So it's not just cut out for everybody to do the same thing. I think that's the issue. We look at our grandparents and our great grandparents, and we don't even know how good or bad their relationships was, but we'd be like, they was married for 50 years, not understanding that they stayed in 2 separate rooms for 28 of them years. Granddaddy had 50 other kids out there, and he beat his wife all the time. Like, just because you able to stay in a relationship don't mean you're the winner.
Yeah,
that's miserable, and I don't want to live my life being miserable. So I'm gonna make some shit to where the misery don't have the company.
Yeah,
I ain't gotta worry about it. So
I feel like people need to come to the conclusion that it's okay to change your mind. You feel me?
yes,
It's
yes,
okay to change how you view something through experience that you might have went through. Like, I could think something different about something totally, like, I could think different about our topic tomorrow, depending on what I experience today.
true.
And that's cool as long as I stay true to myself.
Yep.
But it's like people get so caught up on, oh man, I hate like what they gonna think or what the internet or what the other man, fuck them
Yeah,
folks.
because that's what society conditions us to do. Society now tells you that you get your gratification from what other people tell you. It's with the likes, it's with the dimensions, it's with the comments, all that shit. It just gives you that false sense of dopamine rush. And you did good. You get 400 likes on a picture, motherfucker. Like, this outfit was good, nigga. That shit popping. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, but that's why you got to be wise enough to be able to siphon the bullshit out. I'm not influenced by anything except for what I believe is positive for one thing, and that's Derek's revolutionary man. If the shit don't work for me, I know it don't work for my people. So I ain't got to play that game. Like, I can siphon out what this is. And a lot of people aren't honest.
Hey,
A lot of people don't want to be honest, brother. I just gained the ability to be honest. Oh, shit. Why are men so intimidated or distant from that kind of woman, a lady that's vocal with their feelings? Ah, Genesis. Oh, that's Genesis right there. Hi, Genesis. So, to be honest, I don't think that guys are intimidated. I think that the guys who are intimidated, them some bitch ass niggas, and then the niggas that gotta be winged away and sent to therapy or some shit. But I don't think that real men are intimidated. I just think that a lot of times women aren't prepared for the response that you may get.
The honesty.
It may be something different, because if you can tell me exactly what you want and I tell you, well, this is what I want, what if that's not what you want to hear? And you may not be good at compromising. So then you cut that man off when all he was doing was being honest and all you was doing was being honest.
Then you got to remember, it might not be you. It could have been the last 3 that done that. You feel me?
You know what I mean? So you also got to think about what influences you to make those, I guess you would say, those declarations of wants and needs, because they may be influenced by fuck nigga shitisms, and fuck nigga shitisms may not even be the same block that I stand on. So why should I be burdened with someone else's luggage? Because we all make decisions based off the past and how people touched us and how people didn't touch us, and like, that's how we make our decisions and how we make our discernments. So, if it's influenced by some fuck nigga shitism, then I don't get no fuck about what that nigga did, baby. Don't charge me with cuz shit. I think that a confident man has no issue with hearing wants and needs and being like, okay, I'm with that. So this is what we can do about that. And this may correspond with what I got going on over here. So how we gonna whoopty, because
Then you
it
gotta
starts,
dealing with too.
yeah.
Know the person you dealing with, not just know that person, but you gotta know their past too to know, all right, this is what they dealt with, they last few situations or whatever. So
And that
I how am I like from a woman like or from a man like dealing with a woman like how am I even going you feel me like she dealt with that in her past, all right, let me not put her back through that, you feel me, knowing that shit got to go better from that.
listen, I may fit the description. Swear to God, I may fit the description. But that doesn't mean that I'm penalized for fitting the description. So what you do is you just put some effort into the conversation and learn. Well, this nigga may have some of them qualities, but he identifies with it differently. So that means that it's me exhibiting it is gonna be different. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys may have been promiscuous at particular times in their life, but then guys hit a plateau and be like, well, it's not as fun anymore. I still may fit the description because when I go out, you know what I mean? I'm, hey, how you doing? Well, I can talk and mingle, and women may talk and they may like the groove. That doesn't mean that I'm still that guy, but I'll be charged with it. What you talking to her for? What that? You know that bitch? That I ain't nobody. You feel what I'm saying? It's complicated. It's really, really complicated. I just don't think that guys are easily real men. I'll just say this because it's a difference. It's a lot of men out here that's girls. And I ain't talking about the Mitones or the T's. I ain't talking about Trevor and Tammy now.
Hey,
I
we
talk
got
about
like
them.
10 minutes on this recording, John.
Okay, say less.
Yeah.
I I just think that sometimes women aren't prepared for some of those answers. Some of those questions that y'all put up and some of them things that the topics that you want to talk about. What if a nigga tell you, well, I ain't really interested in that, baby. I love you and I don't never want to lose you, but I don't believe in that shit. I ain't gonna do that.
Do you feel
Then
like
what?
well, yes, that too, because we just talked about it. But do you feel like men shut off too easy?
Uh Men who are, see, I don't know what the shut off is, right? Because
Like when you say she asks a question,
Mhm.
asks a question, and you give a response, and when you give your response, she might give a response to where it's like, you know what, I don't even want to talk about this shit no more. To where instead of being like, you know what, I don't even want to talk about this shit no more. It's like, okay, let me listen and let me, you feel me? Instead of
Mhm.
responding to, you feel,
Mhm.
what's the word I'm looking
Yeah,
for? You feel what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I think that people who are emotionally immature and emotionally unintelligent do that.
Mm,
Because I've been saying this shit forever and ever because I charge people with the shit, G.
yeah.
I remember when I was in relationships, then there was this one particular woman who she had she had the chisel to my emotional being, bro. She was so good at tapping into my emotions. I did shit that I had never did before. And I was like, yeah, damn, nigga, like she put me through there, but it taught me a lot about myself, right?
Yeah.
Um, I was emotionally immature. I had to learn how to control myself. So after that, my whole mantra is animals are the only beings on the face of this, or, I mean, the only specimens on the face of this earth that can't control emotions. You better control yours. I don't give a fuck what you're going through. You better take a breather because 8 seconds can be a difference between going to jail for the rest of your life, losing your life, or just getting in the car and driving off. So I'm saying I'm not about to let nobody take me away from my family. So I'm also not gonna let nobody put me in no space to where I'm going outside of my character. I'm not gonna stay I'm not going to dodge a conversation because it may be uncomfortable. I'm going to handle it how I think that mature individuals should handle the conversation. You know
Mm,
what I mean? I just think that when we, as men, that emotional button, we don't get it. We don't get how to tamper with it and when it's tampered with, how we're supposed to react and all of that shit. So Since we don't, we directly get away from it. Oh, I don't want to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to have this soft bad conversation, girl. Yeah, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how that shit sounds. And it doesn't fulfill what women expect in the emotional space. So I think that those are men or humans, because women do it too. I think that it's humans, or those humans that do that, uh, are just emotionally immature, man. And that happens, but you gotta learn from that mistake. Because if you keep shutting me off, I ain't gonna say shit to you. So do you think it's wrong if I have the mantra or the idea that you only have a couple of opportunities to do that to me, and then I'm gonna find someone who will fulfill what the fuck I need? Is that wrong?
Hey, I mean, it's like you can fix it. You feel me? We can work on it. You gave the choice to work on it. So it's like,
I mean, what do I do? You see what I'm saying?
if that person don't want to, you feel me, like, do what it takes, then it's like,
What's
watch
what's the what not even the sticking around part. I'm just talking about if you expect me to enjoy a half a bowl of cereal, then you got me fucked up. You see what I'm saying? I really want a whole bowl of cereal. And if you telling me that you got the rest of the cereal, you just ain't willing to pour it in my bowl, I bet you I go get my motherfucking bowl filled. I bet you I go get some more motherfucking cereal at this bitch. Got me fucked up. I'm not playing on it again. So, But, bro, I know we gotta cut this one.
Yeah, we got about 3 minutes left, bro.
That's a good deal, man.
What I'm about to say, just also
within these 3 minutes, please, you guys, like, subscribe, share, follow us. My handle is, Black Man. I'm that nigga.
All that stuff.
What makes a man stand a woman up more than one time, even after communicating, planning, then boom, nothing? Is it a thrill? I don't think it's the see, and that's the multi-layer one. I don't think it's the thrill. I don't think it's a thrill, right? Appreciate it, G. I don't think it's a thrill. I think that sometimes things can be, and I'll just speak from me, transparent there, right? I think that miscommunication. Appreciate it, mama. I think, and you came in and dropped some shit too. So,
we showed help that with the topic. What do you mean?
You feel me? I just think, and then I'll let you build on it. But I just think that sometimes miscommunication can come even within communication. Things can be altered. Things may not fall directly in place. And sometimes, and it sounds cliche, but coincidences are something that you have to keep in mind. Because if you put expectations on something without considering coincidences and everything that goes on, then it may set you up to feel as though something has been taken away from you. And a lot of people, once that happens as a repeat offender, a lot of people just stay away from it once you become the repeat offender.
Yeah. A lot of times be them red flags. Some might be said, might be a conversation that, I don't know, it really just depends on the person. I feel like
it really depends on the person.
A lot of it really depends on the person. Because no one ain't able to have that conversation of like, all right, I don't want to kick it with you. Like, not even just kick
it. Then that leaves, it leaves a lot open. But yeah, I don't think a lot of that happens. A lot of people I don't think people just really don't want to
have that conversation.
Yeah. Or maybe not even that, because it may not be that deep. It may not be that deep. I'm telling you, G, man, damn, we ain't got enough time.
We don't.
I was finna express something.
Because I told you, look, you been me telling you about what happened with me, bro. I'm like, shit, why? I was
finna express something. I had a story.
But look, me too, boy. I had a story too.
Man, but look, let's pause this one.
Yeah, we'll tap back in.
Like I said, you guys, like, subscribe, share. What you gotta do? We gotta get these viewers up. I know